The A's started the day by missing out on a big opportunity in the first inning. The first two men got aboard with a Burns walk and a Kelty single. Then with one out, Jermaine Dye walked to load him up, but Bobby Crosby was induced to hit a double play ball off Jared Washburn. Then the A's came out empty. Meantime, it was the third inning before the next opportunity came for anybody to score, and this time it was the Angels. A one-out Kennedy double and a two-out walk to Sean Figgins brought up the ever-dangerous Vladimir Guerrero. And here's where Bobby Kelty entered the game as far as highlights for the first time today. Rick Burns, for the first time today.
And now Sarlos delivers, and Guerrero hits a drive into center. Burns coming on, still coming, reaches down and makes the catch, and then belly flops on the grass and holds on. Fine play by Burns in center field, robbing the Angels of a run, and that's the last out of the top of the third. Burns reaching down at the last second and losing his balance, and then shut down on the grass and held on to the baseball. And after 2.5, still no score.
Kelly made his presence with a bat felt today. A couple of hits after not getting much playing time for most of the month of June. And recently, of course, not being able to play in games in which he had the bat left-handed. Hitting right-handed today against Washburn. He already had a hit in the first inning when he stepped up in the third with two out.
Washburn delivers. Here's the pitch, 3-2, and it's swung on. Hit deep to left field, down the line. Guillen at the wall, and it is gone. Bobby Kelty, a solo shot in the bottom of the third, and the A's take a 1-0 lead. There was a high drive right down the line, and Kelty trying to use a little body English and keep the ball fair, and it was barely fair.
And in the fourth inning, with one out, Bobby Crosby was up, hoping to atone for that double play ball in the first.
And Crosby rips one to center, back on it, Anderson. He's going to watch it. It's gone. A line smash home run to center field by Bobby Crosby. 2-0 Athletic. And that was a laser shot. His 11th at 2-0 A's on solo home runs. And it came on a 2-2 pitch.
Through 4 innings, Sarlos had thrown 56 pitches, and of course we had mentioned during the broadcast he had not had that many innings this year because of an injury. So how far he could go remained a question. But as he went into the 5th inning and got the first out, he also got an assist from Kelty defensively on Adam Kennedy's effort. 1-1. Ripped to the left and down the line, and it's in for a base hit. He's thinking two. Kelty gets to it in foul ground, firing to second. The throw, the tag. He is owed at second base. Kelty, a one-hopper on the money, and Kennedy trying for two is denied.
A great job of Bobby Kelty getting the ball and cutting it off before it got down the corner. Set himself in a perfect throw to second.
And Sarlos went on through 5 innings to shut out the Angels. Washburn kept the A's with just those 2 runs on the board through 5. 2-0 going to the 6th. Sarlos yielded singles by Figgins and Guerrero to start the inning. At that point, the bullpen call went to Justin Lear to make his 6th appearance as a member of the Athletics and faced the dangerous Garrett Anderson, who looped a fly ball to shallow left center field, making a bid for a base hit that would load the bases. But Kelty again entered the picture with a skidding catch in which he wound up sliding on his knees to take away the possible base hit. Guillen then hit a ground ball to third. Herman at third base got the force out at the bag and would have had the double play except the ball sailed a bit, and Hatterberg got it off the corner of his mitt, couldn't hold on. He was charged with an error, and when Devannon followed by walking, possibly being pitched around in that case by Lear, the bases were loaded, and Rob Quinlan came to the plate, but Quinlan was forced out, was a victim of a force out by grounding out again to Herman, and Lear had gotten himself out of the bind, leaving 3 on. But it was still a narrow ball game, 2-0. When Hatterberg came up with the 6th and saw the way Figgins was playing him, deep at third base and off the line, he dropped down a perfect bunt on which there was no play made, and that started an inning in which Power took the burden the rest of the way. When Jermaine Dye got to 3-1, he was looking in the right place. 3-1 to Jermaine Dye. Swing, there's a deep drive, left field. It is hooking. It is fair, gone. Home run, Dye. sixth inning, it's now 4-0 Athletics. Dye takes a tour of the bases for the 16th time this year. He has 48 runs batted in. With one out, Eric Karros beat out an infield hit to third in which Figgins threw it away, allowing Karros to go to second base and bringing up Damian Miller. Here's the look now, the pitch, 1-1. Swing and a high drive. He got a lot of it, left center field. How much of it did he get? He got it all into the bleachers. A two-run homer by Damian Miller. And the artillery is in full force today for the green and gold. Miller's sixth of the year. It is 6-0 Athletics. And Mike Scioscia on the way to the mound, and Washburn on the way to the showers. Kevin Gray came in, gave a couple of hits, but got out of the inning with no further damage, and the A's looked like they had plenty of breathing room for this afternoon. But in the seventh inning, the Angels started to muscle up a little bit. Jose Molina leading off against Lear.
Now the 1-0 pitch on the way by Lear, swung on, driven to left center field. Back on it is Burns. He's at the track. He's going to watch, and it's gone. And Jose Molina leads off the seventh with a home run, and that gets the Angels on the board. A's 6, Angels 1.
First run off Lear in his major league career. Singles by Kennedy and Eckstein escalated the threat by the Angels. And when Figgins drew a walk, suddenly here were the big power guns coming up with the bases loaded and nobody out. Guerrero bounced into a force play at second base, getting a run home to make it 6-2. And at that point, Ken Macher went to the bullpen for Ricardo Rincon to face Garrett Anderson.
And Rincon, he delivers. Here's the 2-2. Swung on and grounded to the hole into right field for a base hit. So the run scores from third. Guerrero's going to third, and the throw is not in time. As Anderson singles to right, scoring Eckstein, it's now 6-3.
Rincon was in for a one-batter assignment. The call went to Chad Bradford. Bradford struck out the dangerous Jose Guillen for out number 2. Then pitching carefully and maybe pitching around Devannon in this case, he walked in, and the bases were loaded, and Rob Quinlan coming to the plate as Bradford faced off with him, got 2 quick strikes and wasted very little time.
0-2, 2 out, bases loaded, 6-3 Athletics, top of the 7th at the Coliseum. Chad Bradford to Rob Quinlan, and here it is. And it swung on it, man. He got it with a sinker in 3 pitches, and Quinlan strikes out. The Angels score 3 and lead 3 to the bottom of the 7th. A's leading 6-3.
And it was a little easier breathing on the A's side of the field at that point. But in the 8th inning, once again, the Angels were picking away. Bradford gave up a 1-out single to Kennedy, and after a force out, a 2-out base hit to left by Figgins, and Guerrero got to the plate. He represented the tying run, but he cut on the first pitch offered by Bradford. He was thrown out by Herman, and the threat ended. The Angels, over those 3 innings, the 6th, 7th, and 8th, left 8 base runners aboard. As we came to the bottom of the 8th inning, the A's got their first look in a long time at Troy Percival just off the DL. And with 1 out, Miller liked what he saw.
The pitch to Miller is swung on, hit to deep left field. Guillen going back. He's going to watch, and Damian Miller's hit 2 today. A solo shot into the bleachers in left field. And the Athletics lead 7-3. Pretty good way for the A's catcher to begin a new month. 2-run shot in the 6th and a solo here.
Just another great swing on a fastball, and a good fastball from Troy Percival right down the middle of the plate, and he crushed it.
And the A's now with a nice 4-run lead. That took away a save opportunity from Octavio Dotel, but that didn't matter. The newly acquired closer of the A's appeared for the 3rd time in as many games against the Angels, and suddenly was threatened by an Anderson single and a walk to Guillen. But then he bore down to Fan Devannon. He fouled out Quinlan to the first baseman Hatteberg, and with 2 out, Benji Molina pinch hit for brother Jose, and quickly he was down to his last strike. The Angels trying to salvage a game of this series, but right now they're down to their last out. And Dotel pours it in. He struck him out on a breaking ball. The A's complete the sweep, and Dotel is on the mound at the end of each ball game. And the A's have taken the lead in the season series with their division rivals, 7-6. And they won't see each other again until the last couple of weeks of the campaign. The A's, if the Rangers continue to lose today in Seattle, could find themselves a half game off the pace in the West as they triumph over the Angels for the third consecutive game, sending Anaheim down to their fourth straight loss. Final score, A's 7, Angels 3. And that's the final story here this afternoon, and the A's will not be back home until after the All-Star break when they start a new homestand against the Chicago